giveaways. Okay, so we were talking about giveaways and how these fucking work. I mean, really, to be honest with you, like, they do. They really, really do. And we were talking about how it's funny how it brings in more people, but really honestly benefits your loyal viewers. So that's one of the things you really kind of want to look at. The other thing that is really funny is sorry, not funny. Moving on. Go to the next thing. Costumes. If you do have a webcam, costumes are actually pretty fucking amazing. Costumes are absolutely fucking hilarious. To talk about a streamer I absolutely love and want to pull up because he has another series of videos that is very informational on starting streaming. It's the Hunter Wild. The reason why it says knitted dicks there is because it's a gimmick. It's a fucking gimmick. He has a bunch of little knitted dicks that he pulls up on stream all the fucking time and throws around and does shit with them, and he slaps them to his like hat and he calls it the Triceratops. It's fucking hilarious. But we all know it's a gimmick. We all know it is, but it's hilarious. And there's often times where, like, I've seen other streamers I love, like Molly, dress up like Black Widow. I've seen Coconut Flake do makeup on stream for Halloween and other things. Like, it's interesting, but it works. Like, Coconut Flake also regularly has a Supergirl shirt on. A lot of people tune in because she has a fucking Supergirl shirt on. So if you do have a camera, don't do it all the time, but costumes and little props and things like that work all the time. They actually bring like a whole different like element to the whole thing. And yes, it's silly and it's goofy, but at the same time, how many of these humongous streamers do you know commonly have some sort of costume or extra addition to their stream? So definitely consider doing that if you want to add more things. Now, we're going to talk about something that's very dear to my heart. We're going to talk about the political side of Twitch. We're going to talk about murdering other people. And what I mean by that is becoming a fucking Viking. So what I mean by this is we're going to talk about raiding. And if you guys have never, don't forget about Grates. He's a dog. Absolutely. I mean, that's like the epitome of props. Like, he literally made himself a dog via face cam. So this is one of the things that I want to talk to you guys about. This is political currency on Twitch. So this is it. Like, this right here is one of the major reasons why I grew on Twitch. Like, this right here is one of the biggest ways to grow on Twitch. This is how you let other streamers know, hey, I'm a real deal. I'm a real fucking streamer. You go fucking raid them. And if you don't know what I mean by raiding them, is you take whatever viewers you have and you go over to someone else's stream and you just post one message in their chat saying, hey, we're coming from this stream to show you love. I mean, that's the gist of a raid. Now, this goes against like the majority of what normal business practices say. You don't want to help out your competition. But to be honest with you, with Twitch, they added this whole entire mode with the hosting and the rating and stuff like that to where literally we created an entire community. We all know we're struggling. Everybody who is not even the top streamers, even at some point, they struggled. So by rating someone else, you're not only showing them that, hey, I was just streaming. I'm a real fucking streamer. I have people who come here. I'm bringing them over to you. But it also kind of sets you up to get that in return. Now, if you're rating the right people and doing that sort of thing, then you're setting yourself up for even more in return. Show the people you love. Show the streamers that you love that you are a real streamer, that you're a raider and that sort of thing, and bring them over. Don't just host. You know, some people are like, I'm not really into raiding. Seriously? So you're the infamous Ashley. What's up, Demonic Gamer? Sorry. Don't just let people know, like, don't just host, that sort of thing. Because to be honest with you, most larger streamers, especially, like, once you pass a certain point, you ignore a lot of small hosts. You have to. Because there's a lot of people who troll large streamers who don't stream at all and just host them. If you are not a streamer, don't host people. I've said it many times on my stream, but if you're not a streamer, don't host people because it confuses the actual streamer. Because what they're looking for is an actual host. So this is what I mean by hosting though. Hosting is another great way to kind of show other people that, hey, I'm a streamer. constantly host people, constantly show people that, hey, I'm a streamer. Please notice that I'm a streamer, because this is the only way to politely mention I'm a streamer. You cannot. Twitch etiquette states somewhere it's written down that you cannot go into someone else's stream and go, hey, I'm a streamer, please follow me. Somewhere it's written down. I don't know where, but somewhere it is. So what you want to do to let people know is bring your viewers to them, either by hosting or rating. Now, if you've never rated before, you need to come up with a good rating message. Come up with a good one. Come up with one that represents the brand that we talked about earlier. Come up with one that represents you as a streamer, and get your streamer. It also helps build a community. Is it in the Twitch terms of service? Absolutely. So, come up with a slogan that represents you as a streamer, represents your stream, and it also helps build your community. Because if you go over there and raid somebody else, and they're all posting the same message, they feel awesome about it. Like, we are known around Twitch for our epic raids because we smash other people's streams. And that's what it started out with. Before we had the blue hammers and the emotes, that's all we said. And people were like, what do you mean smash my stream? Like, it got so confusing for a lot of people because they're like, I don't know who's raiding, and then they saw it. You know, like, they get it. After they come by the stream, they got it. You know, like, they're like, who's raiding, who's streaming, you know, who's raiding me? And then when I throw the host in there, like, oh my god, Ashley with the 30-person host or the 40-person host, you know, because that's all it was beforehand. It lets people know, hey, this is a real person, this is a person who's streaming, this is not just one of the troll hosts. Holy crap, they're here to support me. Keep doing it over and over again. Like, do it. Like, if you want to get yourself noticed by especially larger streamers than you, keep doing it over and over again. This also brings me to the point that hosting someone isn't always about hosting someone larger than you and hoping that they host you back or raid you back. To be honest with you, a lot of my viewership comes from smaller streamers. It comes from smaller streamers hosting me because they love the stream. And they love the fact that I do throw those hosts back. I do raid and host smaller streamers. I love making smaller streamers days by dropping like 150-person raid bomb on them. It's fucking awesome. It's amazing. But here's the thing too. If I do that to one of these smaller streamers, they love it. And they're going to either continue to host and raid me back or start doing so. And that's, you know, at first you're like, 10, 20 viewers, you know, that's not a big deal, or 5 viewers. That adds up after a while. It adds up, and especially when somebody clicks on their host button on Twitch's thing. If they click follows and click host and they see one streamer is being hosted by like 20 people, it's awesome. You get a lot more stream traffic from that. So make sure you look at that. So definitely look at like hosting and raiding people. That's one of the biggest ways I grew on Twitch. It's because I started, like, I saw this raid thing. I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, oh man, we can do this. Like, we have a bunch of people who are just like excited about the shit, and let's go fucking raid somebody. And at first it was like 10 people and it sucked. Here's the big thing with raiding too, is get a conclusive message. Like, make it we came to smash your stream, or Frosty raid, or Green Man raid, or whatever, or Kaiser raid. You know, make it obviously represent you, but also don't make it last too long, especially for the larger streamers. They're like, oh my god, I don't know what's happening. And, you know, like, well, they know what's happening, but if it lasts too long, it just floods chat. And sometimes it's like, when it's like 5 people flooding chat, you're kind of like, dude, calm down. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it does get your point across. So really, all you want to do is make sure it's large enough to get your point across, but not too large. So definitely make sure you do that. Here's the other thing. When you're hosting and rating people, pick the right fucking people. Hashtag Roamrocks. Yeah, when Roam rated me, I knew who it was. I knew what it was. And the hashtag actually added a lot to it. Surprisingly enough, it had a lot to it. So definitely look at a lot of that sort of thing. Oh my god. Demonic Gamer with a brand new sub. Demonic Gamer, thank you so much for the brand new sub. You are smashing and you know it. You are now the proud owner of a tiny, shiny blue hammer. Take it around Twitch and smash the shit out of stuff. I hope you enjoy those emotes, and thank you for supporting the stream. You are awesome. Okay, so here's what I mean by picking the right people. There are some people on Twitch that are honestly not the right people to host or raid. It sucks. It sucks finding out that they're not the right people to raid. They're not the right people to host. Because, and what I mean by that, and I hate to say this, but these are people that when you do finally raid or host them, that they will never return that. Never. And either that or they don't accept raids well. We actually raided one person and got banned for it. We got banned for it. We got banned for raiding somebody. I was with another famous streamer and we raided somebody else and he banned not only me, but like all the rest of chat that came and raided, and he banned us because we raided and he had no idea. So make sure that when you're raiding somebody, that you're raiding somebody that you know is going to return the favor or is at least going to be thankful for it. So like, yeah, banned. Absolutely. Like we got banned because he didn't know what was happening. He didn't understand the concept that we were here to actually support him and not like flood his chat. So like, it's one of those things like you really, really need to make sure that the people you're picking are not only thankful, but also want to return that favor. So when you're looking at, hey, should I raid this person or something? Like, look at how they raid. If they don't raid at all or they don't host people at all, maybe it's not a good idea. Look at who they host. You know, usually the people you raid or host are people you know and love. So make sure that when you are raiding or hosting somebody, that it is somebody that you know wants to either support smaller streamers, especially if you are growing. You know, it's somebody that likes to support smaller streamers. And somebody that, you know, like you want to gain their favor. So, right, make sure the people you're raiding are complete derps. So yes, okay. Moving on. So picking the right people. The other thing is networking. I spend a lot of time on Twitch networking. And this seems like, what? What do you mean? Once you are established in a chat as a streamer, like once you've raided and hosted somebody enough times, or even once enough to get them to notice like, hey, this is you. And once that other streamer knows who you are and have come by the stream and at least seen your stream and understand like, oh, this is a cool stream, which you guys should be bomb-ass streamers after this. Once you see that, once you get that, half of growing on Twitch and seriously a lot of my follows is literally going to someone else's stream and literally just saying hello to the streamer. And it seems like, you know, like sometimes it's just you watching the stream. So sometimes it's just you know, saying hello. Sometimes it's that sort of thing. But for the most part, literally just popping on someone else's stream and saying hello can oftentimes get you a follow command or shout out if they know you and like your stream. And the point is like you use the rating and hosting to get noticed. Use rating and hosting to say, hey, I'm a streamer. Get them to come over finally to watch your stream. Be a bomb-ass streamer. So they're like, oh my god, I actually like this. And then what you do is return the favor constantly, always, but also just pop into their chat. I am regularly in 4 and 5 channels. Like, there's a lot of people who are like, oh my god, Ashley, you're everywhere. Do that. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of effort, but it does pay off. I can regularly get anywhere from between 20 and 30 follows a day if I literally just dropped into people's chat and said hello. I mean, literally, like, that's it. Like, if somebody recommends another streamer to me, I regularly check them out. Now, I will check them out before I hit the follow button, but I mean, seriously, it's true. I mean, like, go over to other people's chat and say hello if they know you're a streamer. Like, even if you're not going to watch it for that long, just popping in and saying hello. Now, because to be honest with you, if somebody I respect and love comes into my chat and says hello, I feel ecstatic. Like Roro being in chat right now and Mav Show being here earlier and Calderash being here and Senior Christos, some of the people from Coconut Flake stream. Like if there are other streamers I know that come here and say hello, I fucking love it. Like it makes me so happy. Because, you know, to be honest with you, like it's like, oh my god, there's another streamer I respect and love hanging out in my chat and saying hello. Like it's one of the most amazing feelings. So definitely look at networking. Here's the next thing. I don't even remember what we're, oh yes, becoming a sir, madam, or Apache helicopter. what we're gonna be talking about is titles. Hence the Sir Madam. So we're gonna be talking about, oh, and Bast. Oh my God. Boss 50, you're still here? You're still listening to this shit? Why are you even here, Boss? Like, Boss is like 3 times the size of my stream, and he's like, yeah, I'm hanging out here, just want to hear what she has to say. Oh my God, can one of my mods throw up his link? Can one of my mods throw up his link, please? So let's talk about becoming a Sir Madam or Apache helicopter. So what this means is we're talking about titles. Titles are fucking important, okay? They're fucking important. And this is what I mean. This is an example of a shitty fucking title. Touch Dick. This is actually the title of a game at one point. They're fucking important. And this is what I mean. So when you're making your title for your game, and by we I mean me and my mods, literally spend about, I'd probably say like 30 minutes just coming up with a fucking title every single day. And it doesn't seem like it. It's like, oh yeah, she just set the title, whatever, you know. But this is what I'm talking about. If you make a stupid fucking title, hold on.